Today, I'm going to talk about Auto VPN. Before that, I would like to mention the original way to establish IPsec VPN tunnels. In IPsec tunnel, we usually use three types to build VPN connection. First one, server side is static IP, and client side is static IP as well. The second one, server side is static IP, client side is dynamic IP. Last one, server side is static IP, and the client side is DDNS. In IPsec tunnel, we all know if we change the value from each side, like change IP address, a pre-shared key, or any setting values in IPsec tunnel, the connection will be interrupted. Then user have to see if the settings are the same for both sides. It takes additional time checking the settings. Most common situation is one of the other side change IP address frequently. Then the connection timeout occurs. In order to avoid this issue, we develop an auto VPN in IPsec tunnel. Auto VPN will change the setting automatically by the system if one side change any setting values. For example, IP address, a pre-shared key, or any other setting value. In order to keep a stable VPN connection, system will change value automatically. Auto VPN is more efficient and more stable than DDNS when reconnecting. When setting Auto VPN, user can only set three values on server side. First, the identifier number. Just remember this number it will use on the client side. Second, setting local and remote subnet IP address. Third, a pre-shared key, which is the same value for both sides. After we set up server side, we can move to client side setting server IP, which is WAN IP address in server side. Server IP can be the other WAN IP if there are multiple WAN IP address. Then the identifier number that I mentioned just now on server side. Okay, let's see how it works. Okay, before we set up Auto VPN, I would like to talk about the network environment for the server side and the client side. For the server side, LAN IP is 12.10.10.1 and the WAN IP is this one. For the client side, LAN IP is 10.9.9.1 and the WAN IP is this one. So I'm going to set up Auto VPN now. Okay, before we set up Auto VPN, we go to connection test to ping each other. This side is server side and this side is client side. We go to the server side to ping client side first. As you can see, the client side didn't reply back. So let's go to the client side to ping server side. Okay, it didn't reply back as well. I will test again after I set up Auto VPN. Now let's set up Auto VPN. Side is server side. The internal network segment is 12.10.10.0. The other side is client side. The internal network segment is 10.9.9.0. Let's set up the server side first. We go to VPN, IPsec tunnel, Auto VPN server, and click Edit. We can only set the tunnel name, local subnet IP address, remote subnet IP address, then the pre-shared key. So we enter the tunnel name test. And it is the identifier number. We will use it in the client side. And you can choose which interface to use. I'm going to choose WAN1. and enter the local subnet IP and the remote subnet IP. Last one, a pre-shared key. I'm going to set AA123456. Then we can choose the default setting for the rest and click Edit. After we set up the server side, we move to the client side to set up the VPN setting. Auto VPN client. Enter the tunnel name, then the server IP. And last one, identifier number. We can simply copy and paste it. Now, let's wait for the connection to be made. When they connected, the statue color will change from gray color into green color. Now, as you can see, the connection is connected in the client side. Okay, let's ping each other, see if they really connected. Okay, the client side replies. Let's go to the client side to ping server side. Okay, it replies as well. We can go to the client side to see the VPN setting value. As you can see, the connection information here in client side. You can see the local subnet IP address, the connection status, remote IP address, and the remote subnet IP address, which is sent from the server side. Next, I'm going to change WAN IP address from client side. As you can see, the remote IP in server side is 163, and later it will change into 164. So I'm going to change WAN1 IP address into 164. And the connection will disconnect it for a few seconds, but it will reconnect again in a few seconds. Now, the connection can be made again after changing setting. So, you can see the remote IP in server side is 164. Even if I change pre-shared key in server side, it will still get the connected automatically. Let's see how it works. I'm going to add another A in the pre-shared key. So, as you can see, the connection disconnected again, and it will reconnect again later. Now, the connection is connected. Let's go to the client side to check. Okay, the connection is connected. Let's see if the pre-shared key value was sent from the server side to the client side. Yes, it is the same value for both sides. And it is the auto VPN setting. Even though the IP address in client side will change frequently, auto VPN will reconnect automatically. The key point is server side will keep sending or receiving the connection information from client side, even if the settings are changed frequently. Users do not worry about the connection value anymore. It is how auto VPN works. Thanks for watching.